Xur has just arrived in Destiny 2, and he has brought some good things this week. Actually, we have a Hawk Moon with Moving Target, which is the best perk you could possibly want, especially if you're playing on controller in PvP. Then it has Fluted Barrel, and it has Textured Grip, which is going to give you a maximum 100 handling. So it's going to be a little low on the stability stat. We have 63, not too bad though. With Moving Target, this is actually going to be a pretty crazy roll, one that I think a lot of you will really like, especially if you're playing in PvP and if you are using a controller like I mentioned before. Now we're going to go through the rest of his inventory here, and we're going to take notice of these Karnsteins when we get to that in a moment. We have the exotic pulse rifle Vigilant Swing, still a really powerful pulse rifle and an excellent exotic. Most of you probably have it unlocked right now though because it's been in the game for so long. Then we have Graviton Forfeit, 65 stats, 21 mobility, 11 recovery, and 19 strength. It's actually an excellent roll of the Graviton Forfeit. You might want to snag that. For the Titans this week, we got Ursa Furiosa. Unfortunately, they have 14 mobility, so we're going to pass on this Titan Exotic Gauntlet. This thing used to be so good back in the day. Does anyone remember when we had to do GMs and it was almost required to have a Titan using this just to survive in the Grandmasters? Next up, we have Karnstein Armlets, 66 stats, 16 resilience, 17 recovery, and 23 discipline. That is as picture perfect as it gets. I'm grabbing that from my Warlock because that's so good. And Karnsteins have been updated recently, and if you hit a finisher, you get restoration ×2 for the maximum timer, which is like God mode for like 12 seconds, I think. It's just crazy. This is like the best exotic to use if you're soloing any content. So good on your Warlock, and this stat roll right here is just perfect. So make sure you snag that this week as well. Going through the weapons this week now, we have the Geon 7 rifle. This is a 390 RPM. It's not a pulse rifle that I've used a whole lot in the past. It's just a 390, and it's got Zen Moment on it, which is not a bad perk for PvP. Outlaw, you know, we've got Pended Mag. Its stats are a little bit on the lower side. It's just an okay pulse rifle with some okay perks on it this week. And then we have the Peace of Mind, a 540 RPM. Now this is a craftable weapon, so keep that in mind. And auto loading and Vorpal is definitely not the roll we're looking for on this. Next up, we have Spare Rations this week, which can get some really interesting rolls. Unfortunately, this one's got a sort of a PvP perk here and then a PvE perk here, so maybe not the best roll overall for Spare Rations this week. Then we have a 7th Seraph CQC shotgun with auto-loading and trench barrel. That's just an okay roll. Then we have a contingency plan this week with Firmly Planted and Kill Clip. Again, just an okay roll of that weapon as well. The Behringer's Memory is here with auto-loading and Underdog. That's a trash roll right there. Next up, we have Recurrent Impact, which again is, I believe, a craftable weapon. Frenzy and Subsistence. Not too bad of a roll for Ad Clear if you wanted to use this in PvE, but it is that 900 RPM, so keep in mind that's like an absolute bullet hose. Personally, I stay away from the 900 RPMs in PvE, but teach them. Next, we're going to go through the legendary armor on all 3 characters. For Titans, we got 66 stat gauntlets, 60 mobility. That's trash. The chest, we got 7 mobility, high intellect strength, low discipline. We're going to skip on the chest as well. This week, we have the 21 resilience, 19 intellect helmet, and it's also this Braytech set here if you wanted to unlock this and transmog this. It's there for you. And then we have the Braytech snow boots this week, and it's going to be 16 mobility. So we're going to pass on all the legendary armor for the Titan this week. And now we're going to pull up the armor on the Hunter. So for the Hunter, we're going to have a 25 recovery gauntlet, 15 intellect. So just an okay gauntlet. On the chest, we got 20 strength, 11 mobility. That's a decent chest piece for Hunters. And then on the helmet, we have super high discipline. That's actually a really nice helmet for the Hunters this week. And then super high strength boots if you're looking for that. Personally, I skip out a little bit on the strength for Hunters because you're just dodging your enemies and stuff like that. For the Warlocks this week, we're going to have 15 mobility gauntlets, so pass on those. 20 mobility chest, hard pass. Helmet has super high intellect if you're interested in that. And the boots are going to be 7 mobility and 10 strength, so just some average boots at best. That's a wrap on everything that Xur has this week. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, follow, save, like the video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.